Hello, everyone. Hope all's well. This is Derek Parker, Regional Vice President with Primerica. Hey, I wanted to say first and foremost, welcome to the team. Really excited to have you a part of the team. It seems like just yesterday that I just got started in Primerica. Primerica is truly a phenomenal business opportunity, but more importantly, it's an opportunity that's really made up of what you make out of it. I can think back 10 years ago. 10 years went just like that, just when I got involved in the business. Unfortunately, some of you have heard my story. Got involved in the business as a result of a hardship. Came to Maryland through the guise of my late brother, who played professional football in the NFL. And as a result of him, passing away suddenly, had no savings, no investments, no life insurance. Primerica made all the sense in the world. And really, I got started in the business just as an opportunity to make extra money. But more importantly, I wanted to help my family because of that destruction and what took place, with his life certainly impacted myself and other generations. So many of you are actually getting started to here today. You got some great reasons. Some of you are actually getting involved in the business on a part-time basis, and you're really excited about making an extra $1,000, $2,000 a month working part-time. Some of you may be in for school. You may be working here part-time over the summer. Some people may be supplementing incomes, meaning working a couple nights a week here in the business. Regardless of the reason, we're excited to have you and certainly welcome you to the team. So today I'm really going to kind of take you through a fast start orientation as far as really getting off to a fast start, because I think the essentials in this business is really not just starting, although starting is important, but getting off to a fast start is really critical. Because if I were to ask you whether or not you were ready to make money sooner or later, of course you would say sooner. So I'm going to take you through some key nuggets today. Make sure you have a pen and pad. You should basically have a fast start new associate orientation packet. I'm going to kind of walk you through some basic steps to really help you get off to a fast start. Our team name is Team Conquerors. We're really excited to have you part of Team Conquerors. We're made up of some really unique people. And this guide here I'm going to take you through is really going to, again, show you how to get off to a fast start. But I promise you this, here's what's going to show you how to do. Number one, it's going to show you how to become very competent. And I know as a result of you increasing your competence, and what I mean by competency, it just means that you have the skills, the tools in order to do the job and get the job done, well done. So competency, as that increases, second thing is your confidence is going to go up. So if you know how to do it, as a result, you're going to feel better about yourself. You're going to feel better about what you say. And those things are going to work hand in hand. So we're going to really work to enhance your competency along with your confidence. So the very first thing I always say is on page 1 is write down 3 compelling reasons, 3 goals. Like, why did you say yes to the business? We may have interviewed you. We may have went through some references. We may have checked you out. But, upon you coming back and you sitting here in your chair right now, why are you here? So first thing I want you to do is really identify 3 compelling reasons. Like, what really, what do you want? What are you after? I heard a man, I think it was Mark Twain, once said that I can show most people how to get what they want. The problem is nobody knows what they want. So we want to know exactly what it is that you want. What do you want sitting in your chair? Maybe an extra $1,000 a month. Some guy said, hey, I want to be able to buy an extra or buy a big screen TV. Whatever that reason may be, it's important to you. It's not important just to us, but we're going to show you the vehicle in terms of how to go about getting that. So go ahead and jot down 3 things. And as it says, there's no such thing as lazy people, only people who have no meaningful goals. So really, we want to identify what is the goal? What do you want? So compelling goals have to do with what really drives you. I could think when I got involved in the business, there was really 3 compelling things that really stood out to me. Number one, I wanted to help people. That was very important to me because, as I told you initially, the story about my brother. Number 2, making extra money would allow me to pay off my debt. I had so much debt I couldn't, I always say I was so broke I couldn't pay attention. So I had debt, student loan debt. I had credit card debt. I had a lot of debt, and I knew an extra $1,000 would just be a deal breaker for me. So that really meant a lot. And the third reason was I just wanted a new vehicle. I wanted to have something that I could feel comfortable driving, something that I could be in that I could feel good about. So really take a moment to really identify your three goals and three things that are important to you. And then we're going to talk a little bit about the bullet steps. I think we have a really incredible system here in Primerica. We don't just have a system, we have an incredible system. Think of it this way. If you were to think about one of the most profitable, one of the most successful NFL franchises, what name would come to mind? No, probably not Washington Redskins, although Redskins are a very successful franchise. But a lot of times people think of, hey, Dallas Cowboys, why America's team, why their business owner, Jerry Jones, has a very successful system. He's a profitable system. He has a profitable entity in the sense that if you know that, hey, you go play in Dallas, you're going to play in what? The best stadium. You're going to have the best uniforms. You're going to have primetime TV contracts. You have an incredible system. If you play for the Cowboys, you're most likely going to, have that good lucrative contract if you're really a good player. So they have a great system. One of the things about Primerica is that we have an incredible system that's already in place. We're not looking for you to come in and change the system, but we're allowing you to apply yourself to the system. So look in here, if you follow our system, it says within the first 45 to 60 days, your goals and dreams can be accomplished. You can get that $1,000. You can make some extra cash to pay off your debt. Or this could be a career opportunity that could really change your life like it did for me. Third bullet point, you'll have an unlimited number of appointments to go on. Our goal is to teach you the fundamentals, to teach you the tools, the skill sets, where you're going to be starting off kind of like not knowing exactly the how-tos. Well, within the next 45 to 100 days, we're going to teach you exactly the how-tos. So you're going to have a lot of people that we're really going to teach you how to go through. We're going to teach you how to, number one, we're going to teach you how to build what we call a client base, okay? So client base in terms of, who we're going to help, how we're going to help them. We're going to help people get out of debt. We're going to help people save money. We're going to help them invest for the future. And then secondly, not in any respective order, we're going to teach you how to build a team. So client-based team, they're going to go hand in hand. Team in the sense that, well, would you rather go help 100 people by yourself, or would you rather recruit 10 people onto your team that you can go help 100 people? Of course, the latter, that having 10 people to get to more people is going to allow you to really do that. And that's going to be one of the fundamental components that we're going to teach you in our business. So you can earn here, fourth bullet point, you can earn between $2,000 to $4,000 a month part-time within your first month license in this business. That's amazing. I can think back, looking back at 2005, when I got licensed in this business, and I was able to learn enough along the way because my trainer took me out in the field and I saw enough appointments, monkey see, monkey do, where I learned the fundamentals, where the very first appointment I went on, I was a little scared, a little nervous, not sure exactly, how this is going to work. I remember going to see my neighbor, and my neighbor had, questions, and, he was looking a little blush. He wasn't certain about exactly what was going to take place, and I was a little bit uncertain as well. But I was assured that the person I was working with, I said, man, this guy is great. What's the worst that can happen? He could throw me out of his house. Of course, none of that happened. But I could think, sitting there, really excited about, helping somebody and just seeing him being helped. Oh, man, it made all the difference in the world. I became a crusader because I caught exactly the vision. I caught exactly what could happen if I got on enough appointments and I saw, things in place and I was trained properly. So you're going to have that same opportunity, but we're going to teach you how to get a license, because in the first 30 days, we're going to teach you these three things. Number one, we're going to teach you, number one, as I mentioned, we're going to teach you how to get trained. We're going to field train you. 10 hours in the classroom is probably worth 1 hour of you being in the field. And what that means is we could talk to you about all the fundamentals, all the skill sets, all the things, but until you get in front of a person that's is a client or a potential client, until you get in front of a potential recruit, somebody who wants to learn and know more about our business, that's where the rubber hits the road. That's where you're going to learn a lot about our business, and we're going to be able to teach you that. So 1 hour of that is equivalent to 10 hours in the classroom. Number two, we're going to teach you, secondly, how to get a license. You have to get licensed in our business. There's no way around it. A license is a very, very strategic process. We have licensing centers throughout the state of Maryland. We're going to plug you into a location locally, Greenbelt, maybe Oxon Hill, maybe somewhere local where you can go to a 3-day crash course. You can learn all the insights through an instructor, and within 30 to 45 days, we have to get you licensed. So we're going to get you licensed, and then thirdly is we want to get you independent. Independence, really has its advantages. I knew that when I saw the presentation being done 10, 15 times, when I went in the field, when I went on training appointments with my trainer, I could not wait to become independent. I knew enough. I started to absorb a lot. I became pregnant with promise. I was excited about all the information, and I couldn't wait to get rid of the trainer so I can go see people on my own, because I knew I had places to go, money to be made, and I didn't want any interruptions or anybody to slow me down. So we're going to teach you how to get trained, we're going to teach you how to get licensed, and we're going to teach you how to get independent within the first 30 days in our business. Now, big secret here at the bottom. What does that say? Well, 20 qualified training appointments and pass your insurance exam in 30 days. Anyone sitting right here can do that. That is not a very difficult task. Well, qualified training appointments. Let me tell you what this means. You're going to hear us talk about a point system in our business, and I can cover that on the front end. If I taught you how to if I taught you how to start a business, but I didn't give you the right raw materials, if I didn't give you the right resources, how successful would your business be? Probably wouldn't last very long. But if we gave you the right resources, meaning we taught you in terms of seeing the right people, and we gave you the right raw materials, you'll be very, very successful. And the same thing is going to occur here in Primerica. So we're going to talk a little bit about what qualified training appointments mean, but 20 of those and pass your insurance exam in 30 days. That's the secret. The business is learned and caught by sitting in front of somebody, kneecap to kneecap. That's where you're going to learn this business. So on the second page, we talk a little bit about 3 big pieces of advice. This is very, very important for you to understand that everyone doesn't have your best interests at heart, particularly when you're doing something new in life. I can think, reflecting back when I first got started in this business, I was so excited, man. I wanted to tell my family. I couldn't wait to go tell my sister and my brother-in-law about what was taking place. And, I met some opposition. And it says here, if you had a bucket with 9 crabs and another one with 1, but you only had one lid to place over either of those buckets, the 9 or the 1, most people typically would say, hey, 9 crabs. That makes sense. What's the big deal? You don't want the crabs to get out. Well, crabs are programmed as such where when one begins to climb to the top, guess what the other one does? Begins to yank them down. So we know that unfortunately in life, you got some crabs in the bucket. My brother-in-law was a big crab. He tended to, tried to pull me down. Hey, you don't know about Primerica. You don't know about this thing. What type of business is this? Is this some type of, multi-level thing? You don't know all that. All the questions he had about the business, but really he was trying to discredit me. And a lot of times people come at you, not necessarily because they want to hurt you, but because they want you to feel as though they have your best interests at heart. So he really tried to put me down in a sense. And, thank God I didn't listen to him. Thank God I wasn't in tune in terms of where he was going. I was more focused on where I wanted to go. And man, I just said, look, the worst that can happen to me is I can give this thing a shot, man. The next 4 to 5 months, if I don't succeed, I can always go back to being just like him. So I knew, hey, I had everything to gain, nothing to lose. So don't let someone who gave up on their goals and dreams talk you out of yours. You may go home today, you may be a little excited, you may talk to some people. Hey, look, that's okay to talk to people. I'm not telling you not to talk to people, but understand in the back of your mind, footnote that hey, with caution, there may be some people who may try to put you down. And if that's the case, hey, footnote that to say, hey, look, I'm not going to let somebody who gave up on their goals and dreams talk me out of mine, but also I want to put this person in front of the right person, preferably my trainer, so this person can become educated about really what we do. And I think once you learn the things of what we do and you're taught, the right way and the right concepts about what we do, everyone loves what Primerica does and what we have to offer. A lot of times they're just not educated. Someone got involved in the business, and it didn't work. Usually the question I always ask is, hey, did you get a license? Why didn't you get a license? If it's so great, how come you didn't get a license? It's hard for me to listen to somebody who tries to discredit me that then fulfill the mandates or the things that they needed to do in order to be successful. So if you're gonna become successful, are you gonna listen to somebody who's successful or somebody who's unsuccessful? 9 times out of 10, we tend to lean towards people who are not successful, where we should be leaning to those people who are very successful and can give you the right facts. Number 2, the pipeline theory. We have to get you through the system. I talked to you a little bit about it earlier, and I gave you a preface of 3 things that we're going to get you accomplished within the next 30 days. We're going to get you trained. We're going to get you licensed. We're going to get you through the system, trained, licensed, and independent. So we got to get you through that system. So we're going to get new associates trained, licensed, and we're going to get you through the system, independent, in the next 30 days. Number 3, you got to plug in. I want to say that again. You got to plug in. This is my phone here, my cell phone. If I put the cell phone down for 24 hours, eventually what's going to happen to it? It's going to die out. Typically, that's what happens to human emotions. I mean, humans' feelings, human beings, we all tend to die. If we don't plug into something, if a man is not willing to die for anything, he'll fall for anything. That's what Dr. King said. So we have to plug in. We have a phenomenal plug-in system in our business. We have a couple of things to really plug into. So if you turn to the next page, we'll talk about that. Number 1, we have what is called a team GroupMe list. We'll put you on that GroupMe list. Oh my God, GroupMe is just blowing up today. A lot of exciting messages about, hey, John passed his test. Mary closed a life sale. Hey, somebody did something exciting. Great, phenomenal system to plug into because we have to communicate and dialogue about who's doing what. Second type of system, we have basically a weekly call. We do a phone call, a weekly team phone call, usually at 9 o'clock on a Sunday evening. Why do we do that? Well, most of you don't know that, but statistically speaking, the majority of heart attacks in America occur between the hours of 9 and 10 a.m. on Monday morning. Well, not because of obesity, not because of high blood pressure, although those are contributing factors, but the majority of Americans pass away or have heart attacks because they absolutely hate going to work. So literally, people are dying to go to work. So, when we do a phone call on Sunday evening, we want to look at the glass as half full as opposed to being half empty. So we do a plug-in, 30 minutes. Hey, we want to find out, what's taking place in the team. We want to pump you up for the week. We want to talk about the excitement. This is our team huddle. We want to talk about, hey, the dream team's going places, man. We're doing things. We're moving to the next level. We want to basically really infuse you with excitement. We want you to look forward to the week is, hey, this is a great week going. There's a lot of great things taking place. Third and fourth thing, we have a Thursday night open house or Thursday night overview. It's important for you to be there. Basically on Thursday evening at 7:30, we do an overview. Well, we come together as a huddle. We tell people what we do. We tell them all about the dynamics of Primerica, how it works, how exciting we are. All the what's that are involved in that. And this is a venue where you can invite new people. This is where you want to people you're going to be interviewing during the course of the week. You want to get them there. People who are inquisitive about your business, have questions. You want to get them there. If you don't have people coming to the open house, you want to be there because you want to learn exactly the content of what's taking place in the open house, because sooner or later there'll be a day where you'll be doing the open house and we want you to learn that. So we want you to plug into that. And then on Saturday morning at 10 o'clock, usually 10 to 12 o'clock, we tell you the how-tos of what we do. We go through the how-tos. How do we get people out of debt? How do we save people, in kids' college education? How do we do life insurance plans? All the how-tos that we do. So those 2 important days you definitely want to plug into. I don't know anyone in Primerica who's very, very successful long-term who doesn't plug into the system, who doesn't plug into the things that are already in place. Sure, we give you great CDs, we give you things to really learn about, some of the how-tos. Turn your car into the classroom. You get in my car, hey, I may be listening to a Les Brown CD. I may be listening to Hector Lamarck in the business. I may be listening to somebody who's really got something great, taking place. I want to really infuse the mind. I want to change this thing, the 6 inches between my brain. I want to grow. Quit worrying about how much money you're going to make. If you self-develop, I promise you'll make all the money in the world. But if you don't self-develop, if you don't change your mind, if you don't learn how to grow mentally, spiritually, physically, if you can't change those things, then you won't be a magnet. Money won't be attracted to you, because it's all about a summation of our thoughts, how we think. As a man thinketh, so is he. So those are very, very important things. Your first 30 days. I want to talk a little bit about your very first 30 days in our business, because this is a benchmark, what we call your district leader promotion. If you come into our office, you'll see plaques along the wall when you walk into the office. Those are plaques of people who made contributions. That's sweat, effort, tears, blood, whatever, people to get there. I mean, people got their first promotion. So the very first 30 days in our business, we have a target. It's called our 3x3 target. And there's a couple of things, which is called a district leader promotion. This is a phenomenal deal. Your first big promotion. I can think when I got my first big promotion, man, they did a party in the office. They had cake. They did a celebration, man. Music was pumping. I was excited. I was like, man, I got my first promotion. I'm so jacked up. Primerica, man, I couldn't stop talking about Primerica. I was really jacked up about this promotion. And that's all you have to do for your first district leader promotion. It says 3 recruits, meaning we're going to essentially sit with some people. We're going to interview some people. We're going to talk to people in the field. You're going to basically be watching, listening, and learning, but we're going to attract those people. Too much is given, much is required. So if your opportunity is not available to other people, what use is it? So we're going to be attracting people, because we're going to build you a team. As we talked about earlier, we're going to build you a team. So 3 recruits is the benchmark for your promotion. You should blow through that, certainly doing more than that, but minimally 3 recruits. And then you're going to watch 3 life sales, meaning someone's going to purchase life insurance. Somebody's going to purchase a savings plan. Somebody's going to purchase how to get out of debt, how to do those things. 3 of them, that's what you need, 3x3. And these are separate, individuals. Of course, the life and the recruit can be one of the same. And 3x3, you're going to pass your insurance exam. 2 unique things are going to happen. If you do that within the first 30 days, Primerica is going to reward you with a $300 bonus. Whoa, $300 bonus. So you paid $99 to get involved in this awesome opportunity. We're going to give you a 300% increase on that. That's amazing. That's just for watching, listening, and learning, soaking up the material, figuring out what you got to do, and Primerica is going to reward you with a bonus on that. Second thing that's going to happen is we're going to promote you. We're going to promote you to your very first district leader promotion. You can pre-qualify for that promotion, meaning you can get those things, those 3x3, you can get that outline before you get your license. So that's very rewarding to say, hey, the only thing I got to do is get my license. I've already got my promotion in the bag. I'm working on my second promotion. I want to get this thing going. So I'm going to build a team. I'm going to build a client base. I'm ready to get this thing rocking. Let's get this thing moving. Let's move to the next level, because that's very, very essential. Because if you look here, why do you want to get promoted? Well, it's very, very key. There's benefits to being promoted. Well, number one, you're going to earn a higher contract. If you look at the chart below, you're only at a 50%, you're only at a 25% contract coming through the door if you don't get a license. But if you get, licensing and you get the 3x3 accomplished, you're at a 50% contract. So here's what that means. Well, if I go out to see a family and I don't have my district leader promotion and I don't do anything that you coach me to do, I don't do anything that you share, that I should be doing, I just pretty much go wing it and do it on my own. I have no people on my team. I didn't observe any sales. I just wait to get licensed, and I'm hard-headed, and I just want to do my own uncoachable way. That just means I go out and help a family. The average life insurance plan that we sell to a client is usually about $1,000 a year. That just means the client is going to spend around 83 bucks a month. Some are going to spend more, some are going to spend less, but the average is about 1,000. So if I'm at a rep contract or representative contract, which is 25%, that means I would only make $250. But however, as a district leader, if I got my district leader promotion, I did my 3x3, I did my 3 recruits, I got 3 life sales. I'm excited, I'm jacked up, I got a 50% promotion. Instead of making $250, I would have made $500. Are you kidding? That's a 100% pay increase. Why wouldn't I want to be at 3x3? Why wouldn't I want my first district leader promotion? That's incredible. I'm on my way to the fast track of really getting this thing taken care of. Hey, we got people coming to this business the first 2 years making $100,000 a year. So why would you want to go any slower? Why would you want to pause? Why would you want to try to figure it all out? You're going to learn this business on the way. So, which, by the way, which I alluded to before, you're going to, number one, you're going to learn this business in the field. So that means in front of people, seeing how transactions are taking place, learning, the differences between cash value, whole life, seeing people's plans unravel. You're going to learn a lot of stuff in the field. That's where you're going to learn it. Okay, so it's important to be in the field, but you're going to build the business in the office. Meaning you're going to have, your new recruits, your new teammates, man, you're going to huddle in the office. They're going to hear success stories. Hey, you went on 3 appointments this week. Wow. Frank's got 2 sales. Jim's got 4. Oh my God, man, we got such great things going. Man, things are going and bumping on open house night. Things are rocking. We're talking about, hey, who got promoted? Who's doing what? You're going to build this business in the office. So it's important for you to be there on the Thursdays and Saturdays where you can actually see your teams manifest. You can start to see growth. You can start to see different people showing up. Great things are happening. So very important for you for your first 30 days to really get those things accomplished. I'm going to flip to your next 72 hours. So if I were to say, hey, look, you know what? Who do you want to be in business with? Who are the top 3 people you want to start with? Hey, man, when I was going through orientation, I was already thinking about people in my head. I was like, oh, my God, we got to see my brother. We got to see my cousin. Man, my uncle needs to learn about this. Man, I got a sister who's broke. Man, there were so many people I wanted to help. But building my team, I knew I had some crusaders. I had some people like me. Some of you right now, you're probably thinking of some of your best buddies. You got a couple guys who you talked about, man, hey, we're going to go in business. We're going to take over the world. We're going to do something incredible together. Hey, man, talk to those guys about this business. Don't do it alone. Of course, you want to do it with the person who's going to be training you, but that's very important. So we always say, hey, look, a recruit is not a recruit until they have a recruit on their team. So who's your first recruit? I could think back, Bill Johnson, first recruit on my team, first guy I ever recruited. And I really think Bill recruited himself. Bill came through the door. He worked in medical sales like me. He was pretty excited. He saw the environment. He saw the excitement. He saw the people. And he said, hey, what do I got to do to get it, started in this business? So, you're going to have a lot of people that are going to want to come through the door. They're going to want to get involved in the business because they want to be a part of something. And there's going to be some people that, for whatever reason, you may have to give them a little bit more insight. But hey, I always knew, get this, we're always looking for interested people. We're not looking to get people interested. Total big difference, interested people, meaning, hey, you know what? I got something burning. I got an itch. I want to scratch, man. I just want to do something. I want to be somebody. I want to be the man in my family. I want to be that go-to person. I got a burning desire to do something great versus that person who's just, kind of sitting by the dock of the bay. They got a lot of time on their hands. They don't really want anything out of life. They're just kind of, hey, whatever, life deals me. I'm okay with that. Hey, man, this may not be for them. That's okay. So there's a lot of great people that are looking for great opportunities. So I'm going to kind of wrap up a little bit. I'm going to talk. You can read some of the other insights about how to get your life insurance license fast. Setting appointments. We're going to really talk about that. So setting an appointment is probably one of the most important skill sets you're going to learn. Okay, because we're gonna, there's a saying that says, if you give a man a fish, you'll feed him for a day. If you teach him how to fish, you'll feed him for a life. So we're gonna teach you exactly how to fish. So what I'm gonna flip to next is I'm gonna flip to what I call our top 25 name list. So you should have this name list. You probably already got 20, 30 names already in your head. Hey, do not judge. When you go to this list, you want to pull out your phone. You want to grab your phone. Hey, they say the average 21-year-old knows 1,200 people. You want to grab your phone. Who's on that list? Well, anybody who knows you and you know them. So, man, I was putting the first order of preferences. I'm going to put down people who I know, who are in my immediate circle. Hey, my cousin, my uncle, my best friend. Hey, I was just with him last night. Maybe his parents. I'm going to put my sister, my brother. I'm going to put all those people down on this list. So a simplified way is, hey, if I asked you if you knew 25 people who drove vehicles, yeah, I know them. I got them all in my phone. Great, let's put them down. So I'm going to write all those people down, and I'm going to put their phone numbers as well. Because why? Well, if I'm going to start a business, if I'm going to do anything, my center of exposure, my opportunity to expose what I do, I have to be able to grow that. You just can't be selfish and say, hey, no one's open to what we do, because you haven't tried that out. So you have to expose people to what we do, and this is how we do it. We expose people through what is a top 25 name list. I can tell you this, guys. This list is not about you writing down a bunch of your friends and family and loved ones, and we going to beat them up and try to get them to buy something in Primerica. Hey, we got enough people that embrace our opportunity. So, certainly we would never do something like that, because if we did that one time, you probably wouldn't want to work with us. You wouldn't want to be associated with a phony. You wouldn't want to be associated with a cult or some type of organization that basically takes advantage of people or really tries to dupe people into doing something. No, we're gonna take this tactfully. So we're gonna address the 25 names that are listed there, and then we're gonna go back and we're gonna qualify those names. So tell me a little bit about your best friend. Tell me your cousin, and then we're gonna qualify those people. So here's what I mean by qualifying. Qualifying is this. We're going to qualify people who are what we call 4-pointers or 5-pointers. Okay, so what's a 5-pointer? Married, owns a home, kids, 25 to 60, age 25 to 60, and got a JOB. That's a 5-pointer. We know in Primerica that if we go into the field to see those people, that means that 80 to 90% of the time, they're going to embrace what we do, meaning they're going to want to get out of debt. They're going to perhaps want to get some insurance. They're going to want to reduce their debt costs, or they may want to get involved in the opportunity. We already did the market research. It's been done. We know that 4 to 5-pointers, hey, 80, 90% of the time, they're going to embrace what we do. Okay, so we know that we're going to go see those people, okay, in the field. If they fall below that, meaning, let's say, hey, it may just be your best buddy. He's 20, maybe he's living at home. He may just have a job. That's just a JOB. He fits the age criteria. That's it. He's what we call maybe a 2-pointer or a 3-pointer. We're going to bring those people into the office. We're going to talk to them a little bit about the opportunity. We're not going to neglect them. We're not going to discriminate against them. But if you're going to work a business, we want to show you how to be productive and smart in terms of working a business. We just don't want to show you how to work hard. We want you to show you how to work profitably. So we're going to teach you that 4 and 5-pointers. People who fall below that, your trainers actually be able to help you really delegate your list. But on that list, man, this list here is probably worth to you $3,000 to $5,000 just by putting 25 names on that list. How do I know that? I've processed thousands of them. I've processed lists for people who had people who got involved in the business. They had people who became clients. Man, there's so many people on there that could refer you to people. It's not about who you know, it's who they know. And ultimately, when they go on the list grows. So within the first 60 to 90 days, that list is going to grow anywhere between 100 to 150 names as a result of the people that you know. I took a new young man out, and we first 3 appointments, we got 70 names. So I mean, that can go just real fast, just like that. just by putting people on the list and people begin to refer, and that thing really begins to take off. And then more importantly, you're going to have people on that list who want to get involved in the business. So, don't negate that list, really identify, with the list. Well, let's talk a little bit about, time management. Very critical component. You need to get with your trainer. You need to identify a time. Hey, when are you going to work in Primerica? Typically what we do, if you're younger, hey, we understand you're grown. You got to be 18 to get involved with us. But we like to outline a schedule. We want to keep you on a schedule. We want to know, like, hey, these are the days you're going to come into the office, to work the business. These are going to be some things. You're not going to come into our office to be unproductive. We're going to teach you how to be productive. We're going to teach you how to make phone calls. We're going to teach you how to, utilize certain skill sets. We're going to teach you the activities. Maybe we'll get you certified. We're going to make this very productive. So time management is critical. So we're going to help you outline a schedule. You may be in school during the course of the daytime. You may say, hey, look, I got a day job working somewhere, and I'm going to work Primerica. Hey, 12 to 4, whatever. We need to outline that schedule because those are critical components, in terms of you working in our business. Last thing I want to talk to you a little bit about is setting appointments. Setting appointments is very critical. We have a lot of different, appointment scripts and things of what to say, how to go about saying it. We really teach people those things. So I'm not going to really go in depth in terms of, a lot of appointments, but I'm going to teach you really the 4 and 5 pointer appointment, because we know that if you get on appointments, I said it earlier, 20 appointments, qualified kitchen table appointments, qualified being married, homeowner, 25 to 60, JOB, and you got kids, that's a 5-pointer. We know that if you go on 20 of those within the first 30 days in your Primerica business, oh my God, this thing begins to explode. You got so many names, so many places, clients, you got people who join the business, people want this, people want that. Man, you're really dignified and setting yourself up for an explosion if you do that within the first 30 days. 20 of those and pass your insurance exam, man, you are definitely on what I call that fast track to get this thing going. So I'm going to teach you really how to set that. It's really simplified here. We talk a little bit about, paraphrasing. I don't necessarily believe in you reading verbatim every script. I believe in, really allowing you to use, your own words, but being flexible so you can at least embrace the system in the process. So let's just say, hey, you got a married person on your list. We're going to set up what is called a 5-pointer appointment. And basically it may be a cousin, and maybe a loved one, something of that nature. What I'm going to say here is really critical, because technique, meaning how you say it, what you say, and you may mess it up. Hey, that don't worry about that. That's irrelevant. It's not what you say. It's how you say it. And we believe that as long as you embrace certain concepts and get certain things across, you'll be able to get an appointment. An appointment is very simple. So let's just say I'm calling up my cousin, which I did early on, and hey, this is pretty straightforward. I'm gonna reference this. So if I called my cousin Joe, I was very excited. I started with my cousin Joe. I'll call him up. Hey, my first 30 seconds, small talk, complete small talk. Hey, how's your wife? How's the kids? How's everyone doing? Did you hear about the game last night? Whatever. So small talk, and then I'll segue. Hey, Joe, I'm very excited. Man, I really need a big favor. I just, started working part-time with this financial education company, and in the next 7 days, I need to get trained and licensed. And I just, needed, to sit with you and Karen, and I just want to know if you can help me out with that. And of course, if you got credibility, people like you, they trust you, they're going to say, of course. What I got to do, well, hey, look, you know what? I just want to sit with you and your spouse. There's nothing to buy. I'm trying to understand the process with an associate who's actually going to be there with me, who's training me. I got Monday or Wednesday. I'm going to choose 2 days for him. Now, my 2 days may be Sunday and Monday. Your 2 days may be Saturday or Sunday. Your 2 days may be Monday and Friday. 2 days that are convenient for you. you want to give him 2. You don't just want to say, hey, whatever's available, let me know. No, I'm going to choose 2 days. So, Joe, I got Monday or Wednesday available. Which day may be good for you? He may say, hey, look, Wednesday sounds good. Okay, great. 6 o'clock or would 7:30 work out better? Why? Well, most people work during, the day. They're usually free in the night. They come home, they got the kids, maybe they're, getting dinner ready, getting things situated for the next day. So those are usually good times to really kind of, squeak in 30 minutes with somebody. So, hey, so he says, hey, how about 7:30? That's great. We'll be done with dinner. And I say, hey, man, thank you so much. I knew I can count on you. Hey, do me a favor, Joe. Please don't reschedule. Man, I don't want to look silly. I'm working with this company. I'm really excited about it. My credibility's online. Man, I'm so excited. I thank you so much. I'm going to conclude that conversation. I'm going to get off the phone because why? Well, I got the appointment. That's all we want. We want to get the appointment. We don't want to do the appointment on the phone. We don't want to tell them everything about what we're doing. We just want to get the appointment. That there is going to allow you to really grow in this business. That's the simplicity of this. I didn't mention about mutual funds. I didn't mention about life insurance. I didn't mention about getting out of debt. Joe's looking at me saying, hey, that's my cousin. Of course I want to help him out. They're probably thinking the same thing about you. They're not thinking about all the other stuff and all the things in the back of your head. You don't have to worry about that fluff. That fluff will flow when we get in front of the person so that person can see exactly what it is you do. So if you got 20 of those, man, within the first 30, days, man, you're rolling. So there may be some of you right now, you may say, hey, look, you know what? I'm young, man. I don't have, all the married people. Don't worry about that. Okay. It's not about who you know. It's who you know and who they know. That's the important thing about building this business. And that's the important thing about being successful in this business. So we want you to be coachable, to really follow through in the system. And what I meant by that is, guys, I played college football. I played high school football. I could think back, my time growing up that, man, I had probably some of the best coaches. I had coaches that would come in the room, motivate you as such where, man, you just want to go tackle them. You're so jacked up and excited. You wanted to go tackle them. You were ready to play the game and get to the next step. But I knew that if I wasn't coachable, I was going to be riding that pine when that Saturday morning took off. What that meant was if I wasn't following through what the coach was telling me, if I wasn't stepping with the right step or if I was mouthing back and, giving him, all the wolf tickets and all the stuff, not saying stuff, maybe talking about whatever, I wasn't going to be playing on Saturday. That's the same attitude you got to have coming here into this business. You got to be coachable. You got to be coachable to the system. You got to be coachable to the person who's working with you in order to be successful. Because that person has what I call a vested interest in you. Meaning, if I take you in the field and we go see some people and you help nobody, guess what? That means I didn't help nobody. That meant my night or my day was wasted because we didn't have the success. So I have a vested interest, meaning you're responsible for your success and you certainly take responsibility for your failure. But more importantly, I want you to be successful and succeed, because if you succeed, the person who's working with you will succeed as well. Those are some of the great intangibles in this business. I'm telling you, man, if you give it what you got, you certainly have some faith in the fact that this thing could really pay off for you. Primerica really can do something incredible things. I promise you, you won't look back. You won't have any regrets. And I know for so many people who've really embraced the Primerica opportunity, lives are changed and generations are impacted. And I know that you're here for a reason. You're here for a purpose. You're watching this video right now for a purpose. I know God has a plan in store for you. And I know he's about to do some incredible things in your life. So I'm just excited that you're part of the team. And I just want to welcome you again with open arms. Hey, be a sponge. Don't be a one-trick pony. Take it in. But also, hey, ask the questions, that you want to get asked, as far as the training here today. And hey, man, I will see you guys at the tip, because the top's not high enough. God bless you.